Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another showcase with me. This is my Tornado Shot character once again, but this time we're showing the true peak of power for me currently in the build. I finally got my Tornado Shot fires 2 additional secondary projectile helmet with intelligence and max life, so instead of running Devoto's Devotion, giving you the move speed, the reduced physical damage, and the I don't even think it had. Yeah, I don't even think it had the right enchant. So it was pretty much just a move speed helmet, right? Instead of that one, I get so much clear, okay, and extra health. The extra health is really significant in the build. The next thing I did is I got these might be the same gloves. These are the same gloves. I got these boots, and I got the enchant myself. So, I'm running Aziri Steps Link Boots. These give you a chance to dodge spell hits, increased evasion rating, and maximum life. So this has higher evasion rating than nearly any boot I could get in the game, and it had 30% move speed. Then I got the enchant on it that had 10% increased move speed if you haven't been hit recently. So the only way I'm going to upgrade this, basically, is if I can get boots that have tons of res, and I don't currently need it in my current setup. I have this Ami, which gives me tons of intelligence, which is really good. I specifically love going for the Lapis Amulet in all my builds because, for Tornado Shot, because I need the intelligence like as the main thing on the Ami, and then the rest of it's just really good for Tornado Shot. Like all of this adds damage, except for the max life and fire res. Same thing with the ring, very similar buffs, all the same similar mods. But in this one we have life, lightning res, and then we have strength and int as the craft. It had an open suffix. On this one we had an open suffix, and I crafted fire and chaos because I believe my fire wasn't capped without it yet. So I had to craft some fire, but not that much, and then I crafted some chaos. It was the only chaos in the whole build. And then nice res, strength, and health belt. The other thing is I 6-linked my bow now, and this helmet alone just makes a massive difference in the build. So something I found, people complained the last time I showcased my Tornado Shot character because, to be honest, it was a budget build. It was very cheap compared to what it is now. Rigwolds, this like this alone was like 13C, and then all the other pieces and jewels. Oh my god, they're so expensive. But someone was like, God, your clear is so slow. Well, look, dude, you invest a shit ton more into the build. We're up to 4752 HP. It's beautiful. We're max res capped as a Tornado Shot character. Now let's go showcase what happens when you stand. So this is probably one of the best things. You just go to Glacier and you stand in the middle and you shoot all around. You get a huge lag spike, and then you look around and pretty much you've cleared the whole thing. So then you just speed farm around the edge, make sure you've cleared it all. Just clean up the little scraps. I was having it multiple times where I'd clear the whole thing with like 5 seconds, 7 seconds to go still. So it was really fast Legion clearing. And you can just clear it all out really quick and then go loot it all after real peacefully. So the chance of dying is basically none, and then it's just free loot. I found that Magic Find doesn't really affect the Legion that much, and so you don't really need Magic Find to farm Glacier. I find Magic Find is good for maps with div cards because it affects div card drop rates and currency drops. Doesn't affect chests or the Legion mobs with markers on them and stuff, so you're going to want to use normal characters for farming Legion. So you can use basically any character you want for farming Glacier or any of the Legion specific maps. Next I'll showcase a Burial because I also showed a Burial in the other video. We'll just put away those two for now, that should be fine, let's go. So you'll be able to tell that we have no issue of clear on this one as well. I showcased a Magic Find version. I'm not going to do the Alva right now. Not interested. Maybe I should. Yeah, I should. Let's do the Alva.
Let's have a look at the layout.
We got currency. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we'll do bottom left. You could, on these lower tier maps, honestly just let your Mirage Archer kill everything. We insta-killed the boss right there. That was a tier 5 boss. I can nearly insta-kill like tier 16 versions of it as well. I'll showcase tier 16 burial after this. I've saved the best for last. I was clearing them. I cleared like, I don't know, 20, 30 of them. So we full clear the temple. Let's see what we get.
Good job, Exile.
If you guys wonder why I look like this, when you have max frenzy charges, you have phasing in the build. So that's why we look like this. I've also found that now with the extra enchant on the helmet, I don't even really need to shoot at mobs, and they will get hit by my arrows almost every time, especially if indoors. Nuts. We're way faster too with this because the evasion rating is so high, so we can actually use the Queen of the Forest properly now. If we phase run, we get even higher evasion rating. When we pot up on our 4 and 5, it's more evasion rating. 5 is just move speed, but 4 is like 30,000 evasion rating or something. So there's a huge difference when you click that. Show off the Legion on this. This was a bad clear last time, so let's show what it is this time. It's a terrible layout. Everything's so spaced out, but I think we're still gonna get it all. 5 seconds. 3. Missed those 2. Whatever. It's good enough. Got a burial. Div card. Plague of rats. Pretty good. Yeah, you can tell we have this compared to my showcase video last time. This is clearly a lot stronger. It's obvious when you spend like 20x on the build, it's gonna obviously be a lot stronger. Duh. But I hope you guys like this a lot more, and now want me to do more things with the tornado shot. I showed the potential of how crazy it can be. Next, we're gonna showcase the tier 16. So I've pretty much taken the character to nearly as far as I want of like min-maxing small upgrades. Now we're looking at big ones. So the next big upgrades are honestly taking it to the final step, which is Headhunter and Inspired Learning. So we're gonna have to start earning a lot of currency, which is why we're gonna be farming burial chambers with Magic Find. We're going to be making the currency to fund that expensive build, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. I hope it's also a lot of fun to do, because it would be really shitty if I make it and then it's not fun. But from what I expect, I'm going to be doing tier 16s, beyond, sextants, all that stuff, having crazy amounts of rares, doing Legion, and just going crazy with a Headhunter and having a lot of fun. That's my plan. So I don't see how it can go wrong, you know. I know what Headhunter does, it should work. 130x belt, no big deal, boys. We'll get it. I don't even know if I had to wait for that. It's a tier 5 map, those things don't do that much damage. I just love the Herald of Ice explosions though, like the clear now is insane, dude. It feels so good. It feels so good. Got a chisel from all that, nice. And then we'll go do the boss real quick. We'll let my Mirage Archer finish it. Okay, he one-shotted it from half HP. That was beautiful. Okay, now here's the hard one. We're going to put in the Elder Burial. We're putting in some Sacrifice Fragments. We're putting in a Rusted Divination Scarab. This increases divination cards found in the area by 50%. It's only the Rusted version. Some people put the Gilded version, so you get like 150% more. It's 30C right now. I don't feel like going and buying it, but we're just going to put that in. Let's do a Plague of Rats too. Fuck it. And let's just clear up my inventory for this because we have limited portals, and then we don't know. There can be some huge variants. We get a ton of stuff or whatever. I'm also going to put away my Magic Find gear just to save space again. Give me a sec. Okay, let's go. So this is a completely different playstyle. I'm probably going to die, and there's a chance I lose the map entirely, which is why I say that this is very, very stressful and very hard, and it's like a lot of investment and stuff. My clear didn't really suffer very much, honestly. It's very similar clear speeds. That's the sad part. I can clear tier 16s nearly as fast just because I'm slow at the core level of the game. But yeah, I love this. Okay, here we go. A tier 16 leech. So the way I do it is I hold left click to move around, and then I press Q every now and then to do a tornado shot, and just pressing it that one time does this much damage. Like, it's really insane. So every time I stop, it's because I'm using tornado shot. And I found this the safest way, because if you stop at any moment, you have a chance of dying. So you want to stop as little as possible. And so I stop by just doing some damage. So then I'm trading damage with them, which hopefully I don't get one shot, and then I can heal through the damage they deal because I'm leeching. I leech like 800 per hit, and we have so many arrows and shit that I can leech a lot of HP. So I clear everything in the area before I start looting on tier 16 because anything can one-shot me. With 4700 HP, it's not very high. So we try to do our best to be safe, because at the end of the day, our most important thing is keeping the map, because we invest so much into it. We want to be able to keep all the loot. It's also when you clear everything, and if you have an accidental death, at least you've gotten to see all the loot, so you know if you've lost a doctor or not. So I nearly insta-killed that boss. You can tell my temples are pretty much the same. It's really a little bit like harder to kill, but damage is not lacking. That's for sure. We're dealing like, I think it's 800,000 damage per arrow was the DPS calculation on POB with everything enabled that it has in the build. So if I have all my flasks up, all my frenzy charges, onslaught, and all that, then 800k DPS. That's not typical though, so you have to like obviously account for things not being up. But if I need to DPS something down, I do have it. You just stand. I'm a melee character. You stand melee range with point blank, and you just nuke them. That was the one thing I could say about this build. I was lacking damage before, and that's the one thing I can say now I'm not. So I started taking out damage and trying to increase my survivability. I got myself up to 4700 HP with perfect reses. Feels good, man. It was the best I could do for now. So we sustained a map. It should have been an Elder Burial if I still had my map done for the Elder Burial, but I undid it to do normal Burial. So now we're getting the Promenades instead. It's fine. I don't really mind. It's still a tier 16. You can Orb of Horizons it to a different shape, different Eldered one if you want. No big deal. We'll also now be getting a tier 16 temple, I believe, because we've done 3 tier 16 Alvas. So we should get a level 83 temple. I'm also shocked that I didn't summon a single Beyond boss that's difficult in this whole map. So it's kind of not the best example of like how difficult it can be to survive. Because if you spawn Host or the one that does the red lightning, it can be very difficult. You have to beat them or you leave them. It's your choice. I fight them. It's a lot of fun. Hard bosses in this game are a lot of fun. That one's kind of rewarding too. Beyond bosses can drop or Beyond monsters in general drop exalted orbs more often than normal monsters. So that's why people add Beyond to their maps, and also for the Headhunter, because lots of rares in Beyond, so you get a lot of mods added from the Headhunter, so you get a lot more buffs. Back to speed farming. Alright, what we got? Okay, we're gonna do the bottom left. I don't know. I can't believe I didn't die. Yeah. Spoke too soon, probably. I jinxed it. But yeah, I find that tier 16s require a lot of attention, and the tier 5 burial chambers with magic find is a lot more relaxed. That's a Herald of Ice proc right there. Huge lag spike. Dropped to 0 for like 3 seconds. It was pretty insane. The massive explosion. We have some monsters in the middle here. And we're done. Then we'll go look at the boss, probably die to it, that'll be my first death, and then I'll not come back because who cares. But it'll be for completion's sake. Here we go. I left one blue item there. It's probably a jeweler's orb or a chrome or something. It's not a big deal, don't worry about it. So for boss, I run around stupidly shooting, not even aiming at the boss, because if you try to burst down the boss, it will auto you and do half your HP, then it will put poison on the ground, melt you, and you will not have a good time. If you take this slow approach to the boss fight of slowly whittling it down and healing and getting free flash charges off of the zombies that are spawning consistently throughout the fight, it's the easiest boss fight. It's kind of long, but you're very safe. You see how she did half my HP? I let her auto me. It's just for the point of the video to prove that I'm not wrong. I've done it enough. Half my HP again. She does it. She's a very, very easy boss. It's not hard. Especially, this is corrupted as well. I forgot to mention that I was doing Sexton, so I was getting the cannot take reflected damage mod, so I could corrupt my maps. So I was getting a lot of unidentified corrupted, and these are the ones that are not unidentified, so that I know what their mods are, and so I know they don't have reflex, so I can leave them for when I don't have a Sexton of the reflect thing up. It's pretty fun. I like getting the reflect Sexton. But yeah, you can tell this was the loot from a tier 16 burial. We got a tier 16 sustained from the map. The tier 16 burial is going for about 12C right now. So just getting a map drop alone and sustaining the map is a pretty big drop. And then you could tell a lot of that loot was Legion. And to be honest, that was a very low roll of loot from that map. We normally get a bit more 6 links, 6 sockets, and more loot than that. But that's what variance is. And the XP though, if I was to level though, this is gonna be the big thing. If I get a headhunter, when I get a headhunter, and I can put it in this build, I'm going to be able to farm tier 16s consistently without dying, and then I'll be able to actually level. So my character's currently 93. I will not be going for pretty much any levels until I am rocking a headhunter. So let me know if you guys want to see me farming burials for the next little while. I could do some videos of like showcasing the loot if you guys want. Again, see you guys in the next one. Peace.